We have a beautiful day for picking green beans. This is a 1-row green bean harvester, model BH100, made by Oxbo. It is capable of harvesting approximately 1 to 2 bushels of beans per minute. That seems to be the average for us. This thing's amazing. Let's go get a close look at it and I'll show you how it works. The beans enter the machine right here. These will be lowered and just touch the ground, and they help pull the bean plant in there. If they're, sometimes the plants are really bushy and they kind of are flopping over, this kind of guides them right into the machine. All right, I took the shield off, and this is what is behind the shroud. It looks almost like a hay rake, but it has all these numerous prongs that spin, and as the bean enters the machine right here, all those prongs sweep through the plant and knock off most of the leaves and all the beans, every size of the beans. It's a one-pick process. Then they get flung up onto this conveyor belt right here, travel down the conveyor belt right here, and drop into another section down here where there's a steeper conveyor belt. Right here you can see. And the beans are carried all the way to the top where they drop down the spout, and we have a lever that we can control which spout we want the beans to drop from, whether we're catching them in tubs to be washed and packed later, or sometimes we direct pack them like we're going to today because they're very clean. As the beans travel up this belt and start to enter the steeper section of belt here, there is a huge fan in here. If you can see that, there's the blades. And these blades spin at a high RPM, and there is a huge suction draft coming up. So any leaves or stems, grass, bean stubble from the previous year, any debris that we don't want falling into our tubs with the finished product will get suctioned out and blown out. The fan blade RPMs can be adjusted right there with that wheel, and we have these shrouds here that we can lower and raise to create more or less suction. So it's a pretty nifty machine. Let me turn it on real quick and give you a look at how this works. And then we'll head out to the field and do some picking. All right, got the PTO on the tractor, and it's just at idle speed right now, but you can see how fast these go even at idle. I'm gonna be turning the tractor RPMs up quite a bit. And those things will spin really, really fast and gently. I know it's hard to believe that they gently knock the beans off, but they do. The beans do not get damaged in the process. So the beans that are here get knocked off by the little prongs hanging down, flipped up onto the first belt, carried along the belt system here, onto the secondary belt, where they're lifted and fall down into the tubs we're packing in. And here's the fan sucking all the debris out. That's a pretty good breeze shooting out of there. All right, let's head down to the field and get some beans picked. We're out here in the green bean field now, just getting started. And they look really, really nice. Look down here and see all these nice beans. Beautiful. Clean and long and straight. Really nice beans. Probably some of the best beans we've had this season. One row at a time, gets fed in right there. is what the row looks like after it's been picked. You can see that it strips off most of the leaves. All the beans are obviously gone. A few here and there are missed. But it's basically just a bare stalk. And it's finished producing. Had a good pick on a half acre of beans today. Pretty sure we got close to about 100 bushels today. We bring them up from the field in the box truck, slide them onto the floor. A nice cleansing pre-dunk into the elevator lift. This is where they fall off the elevator into the shaker table, the vibrating table. Broken bits will fall through the cracks here and there. All the good beans flow off the table, bypassing the cracks onto the table where we're packing them. Pretty nice looking beans today. Fresh packed beans go into cold water where they set for 30 seconds. Take the field heat out. Let them drain for a few seconds. Onto the pallets there, ready to go in the cooler. So you may be thinking that was a lot of work to get 90 bushels of beans. Two of us picking for over 2 hours. Probably 6 kids packing the beans today, washing them and stacking them. All of that work just to get 90 bushels off of a half acre. But I retail these beans for about $75 a bushel because I sell them by the pound. So you can do the math, $75 times 90 bucks. That's what we got today. Not a bad payday. So definitely worth the effort. It's an expensive machine to pick them, but it's definitely worth having, and it paid for itself very quickly. I've had it for 9 seasons. This is the 9th season. I paid for the thing after 2 or 3 years. So pure profit now, minus the expenses of growing and the labor. So not too bad. Glad to have the beans done. Time for supper. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.